Okay, so that's it. Now, you got to imagine this having a coat of that shiny, hard, clear epoxy over it. But that's what that stuff looks like. So I think it's going to work okay. Now that so-called greenish look is also glow in the dark. Now it hasn't been charged up very much. Let me see if I can find a dark spot to put it in. There it is. Yeah. I think what would be nice about that, having a little of that someplace, is that when the light's on, it'll charge up. And if I remember right, it'll last. So if you were to get up in the middle of the night and wanted to turn the light on, and if it was that dark to where you couldn't see the light, you would probably be able to see that glowing, and then you'll know that that's the light. So anyway, I think it'll work well. Again, these are just some holes that I drilled and filled. It hasn't got any shiny epoxy over it, so it's not going to give you that depth that we're looking for, but it will if I was to do that. But I think that's okay. What I had done here was I just put a thin coat of the JB epoxy over the top of it just to kind of see with a little depth. And let's see if it's still holding up over here. It is. Now that's been sitting over here in the dark drying, so that glow in the dark seems to last pretty good. And like I say, I just used a little bit of the JB weld just to see how it was going to look. Again, I'm not advertising any of them, I'm just letting you know what I use just to get an idea. I like to know where my epoxy is. I ordered 2 gallons of it. I'm waiting for it to come in. But not bad. I think it's going to work well. And like I say, when it starts to follow a grain of wood and it gets sanded off and polished up, I think it'll be just fine. Just fine. I think it'll go good. So, alright, so much for that.